Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We have got something very exciting to talk about today. Star Citizen is a game that is built around maximum immersion. The world, the ships, the weapons, and the armor, everything is designed to make you feel like you're really there. And while the game already does a pretty incredible job at helping with this immersion, there are some things that you can do as a player to take that immersion even further. Now, some people will use flight sticks and pedals, or they may build their own sim pit, but today I want to show you just one accessory that has genuinely changed the way that I play Star Citizen, not just for the immersion aspect of it, but for actual, real gameplay performance improvements. That accessory is the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Now, before we get into it, this video is sponsored by Tobii, but everything I'm about to say is based on my own experience using the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 in Star Citizen. Now, Tobii reached out and asked if I'd be interested in making a sponsored video about the Eye Tracker 5, and, I've actually used Tobii for quite a while now, so I thought this will be a great chance to show you what I like about it, how it works in Star Citizen. So in this video, we will be going through the main features of the Eye Tracker, what you can do with it, what it can help you with in Star Citizen. We'll look at some of the different options and settings that you have to fine-tune your experience, and then we'll also show some gameplay examples of how the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 can enhance your Star Citizen experience. Let's get into it. So before we get into talking about some of these specific features that the Tobii offers you in Star Citizen, we'll talk about some of the just kind of general capabilities of the device. So at its heart, it is both an eye tracker and a head tracker. So it can track your head movement side to side, up and down, when you tilt left and right. It also can track your eyes at the same time. And the really neat thing about it is it's completely hands-free. You don't have to have any extra wearables attached to your headset or your head anywhere. It works in all lighting conditions. You can be playing in a bright room or a really dim room. It works with glasses. I have tried it with all those different setups, and it works no problems for me, which is really, really nice. It's just very hassle-free, I would say, once you get it set up. And it's really, really simple and straightforward to use. There's another pretty unique thing that Tobii does that definitely helps elevate the ease of use even more. It's a special feature that they have called Camera Boost. So what this does is gives an extra boost to your head tracking movement when you move your head towards like the edge of your screen and your eyes are also looking there. So that the further you get away from your monitor, the edge of your monitor, or, the further you get away from the center, say you're looking to look behind your left shoulder while you're in a dogfight. You turn your head to the left and your eyes look left as well. The Tobii will intuitively know that you want to look behind you or further there, and so it will increase the amount of rotation your in-game character's head will turn, so you of course don't have to turn all the way around in your chair or anything, because then of course you wouldn't be able to see your monitor, you wouldn't be able to see what's going on. So what this essentially does is gives you the additional awareness to keep up with what's going on around you, but it does it in a very smart and intelligent way that combines both the eye tracking and the head tracking to let you look where you want without, of course, having to put too much strain on your neck, and just making it overall a very pleasant, very easy to use, and a very easy to get used to experience. It really does not require, like, once you play around with it for even just 30 minutes probably, you get really used to it. And you can of course adjust the sensitivity, the dead zone of where that boost starts, and we'll go over that when we talk about some of the settings in game. But overall, it's a really useful feature, especially in games like Star Citizen, where you really need to be aware of what's going on around you pretty much all the time. So now let's talk about settings specifically for Tobii inside of Star Citizen. There's quite a lot that you can customize with the device itself in the game, which is very, very nice. Makes it pretty easy to smooth out the experience, get it feeling how you want it to be. So we can go over there to the options menu. And then in here, we're going to go to the far right tab, the comms, VoIP, and head tracking tab. And then you're going to want to make sure, of course, your head tracking source is your Tobii. There is some support in Star Citizen for other head tracking methods, but course, if you're using Tobii, you want to have Tobii selected. Now, there's going to be a lot of yes or no options that you can decide based on your personal preferences. For example, if you want to have the Tobii not do anything while you're in your mobiGlas, you can toggle that on or off, or when you're in your inventory, a whole bunch of different things when you're aim down sights, any of that sort of stuff. I personally have some of this, some of the yes or no, depending on what I like, but you can, of course, configure it however you want it to be. You do also have some global positioning sliders. This just kind of smooths out your movements overall. And I personally like to have this up a little bit. Just sometimes if you move your head really quick and you don't have that smoothing on, it can feel a little bit jittery. So if you're in a really competitive situation and you maybe just want max responsiveness for being able to look at your targets or get your awareness that you need, you can have that, of course, turned down. But personally, I just prefer to keep it kind of middle of the road. It just helps smooth things out a little bit, make it feel, a little bit more cinematic, I guess you could say, and just helps feel a little bit better as you move around and look around in the game. We then, as you scroll down further, have some more sliders you can use. These are some dead zone sliders just for kind of the general, dead zone for where it will start moving your head. I keep this fairly low, but of course you can adjust this to your preferences. If you just want it to start when you start turning your head a decent ways away, you can raise that up. And if you want it to just be instantaneously, you can put it down to 0. So however you want to have that configured, you're able to do so. And then right below those sliders, there's a few very important toggle settings. So at least 2 that I would recommend having on is the gaze-based target selection. What this allows you to do is use the eye tracking part of the Tobii to say you're in front of a group of 5 or 6 hostile ships. You want to target a specific one. What you're able to do is simply look at that target and then press your target button, T, whatever button it is, and it will only target that ship that you're looking at. If you didn't have a Tobii, it's kind of a little bit of a hassle to get the ship targeted that you want. So especially in like large group fights, if it's rather, if it's PvE or PvP, it's very, very useful for getting your target locked for the specific ship you're going after. And also similarly for the combat side, the gaze-based missile lock is very useful. If you need to, get out of the way of a ship that's coming after you, you're trying to run away, recharge your shields, you're able to utilize your eyes again to say, you could look behind you at a ship coming after you, and you can shoot missiles at it, and the missiles will fire and then turn around and go back at the ship after you. So it's very useful for more tactically using your missiles, being able to tactically target the different ships you're going after. So those are definitely 2 options that I would very highly recommend keeping turned on through the different settings here. And then just below that section of toggles, we get to our main selection of sliders for sensitivity for when you're in your ship. And then below that, there's also a similar section for sensitivity settings when you're on foot. So you have things like your camera boost value. So how much you want it to kind of multiply your input gaze. You can tweak that to kind of how you want. You can set your dead zone where you want that camera boost feature to start taking effect when you start to turn your head to the left or the right or wherever direction you're going. Then you, of course, have your just general sensitivity for your yaw, pitch, roll, so you can tweak those as you like. If you want, you're totally welcome to copy the settings that I have here. This is what I have been playing with for the last little while. I do make some little tweaks here or there, just depending on if I, whatever I'm feeling. Maybe something just feels a little bit slow or a little bit fast, but this is currently what I play with and seems to be, for me at least, pretty responsive, pretty useful, and I'm able to not have to turn my head too much and be able to get my eyes and my head on the target that I'm looking at. So now to finish off the video, I'll show you some gameplay examples using the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 in Star Citizen. You'll be able to see a few examples of both the head tracking as well as the eye tracking, like the targeting. You look at the target, you can target that specific ship, as well as the missile lock ability. We'll show some different examples really briefly for ship combat, as you're about to see here. I'll also show some stuff from turret gameplay, as well as very briefly FPS gameplay as well. So here we'll see in a moment some of the ship combat examples. Here you can see I'm able to use my eyes to lock on those missiles. Now, those in particular, I was a little bit too far to lock missiles on those smaller ships, but you can see that missile lock UI comes up. That's one of the really good things about the Tobii. Lets you lock on missiles off center from your cockpit view, and really gives you that better tactical awareness and ability to engage threats, you know, that are behind you or below you or anything like that. You can also see throughout here the head tracking. I'm able to move my head around, get a better sense of where targets are around me, and keep an eye on the particular target that I'm going after. Then here you'll see an example doing similar things, but this time I have the little ghost bubble on that allows you to see exactly what my eyes are looking at. So you can see we looked over at that ship. We're going to turn around and we can look at the ship off center from us. Switch to missile mode here in a moment, and we can shoot missiles at it as we're both flying backwards. And again, as we were kind of off center from it, you're able to use the head tracking and the eye tracking to look to your side. You can see if there's, you know, what ships are around you, while of course not losing sight of your main target. So it's really, really useful, but the little bubble there can help visually represent a little bit better what I'm actually seeing or what my eyes are doing when using the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Now here you can see me using it in a little bit of FPS going through an Onyx facility. You're able to use the eye tracker and the head tracker to keep your head on a swivel, lets you be able to see enemies, you know, that might have come out from a corner behind you or a wall behind you, and just offers you a little bit more tactical awareness. I personally don't use it a ton in FPS. It's just personal preference, but it does work very well. So that may be something that you really like to use, to have that, again, that increased awareness of your surroundings. You can look around a little bit easier, and overall it's pretty helpful, and really just comes down to the personal preference of, you know, if you want to use it or not. And then the last example you're seeing here is being able to use the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 also in turrets. This is probably one of my, I'd say maybe my favorite place to use it, especially on the brand new RSI Perseus that I'm in here. Its turrets are quite big and they don't turn super duper fast, and it's pretty difficult to keep your turret on target if you can't see it. So being able to use the head tracking and the eye tracking like you've seen here, I'm able to keep my eyes on the target, in this case a Polaris, and it helps to also know how to start moving the turret to then be in position to hit the target once it comes back into my firing arc. So overall it's very, very useful in turrets, in ships, pretty much everywhere. It just increases that awareness, increases your ability to keep your eye on your surroundings, and overall just really adds to the Star Citizen experience. But overall, that is some of my thoughts on the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. I'd really like to thank Tobii again for sponsoring this video, letting me talk about the Tobii and how amazing it is for Star Citizen. And I really, really recommend it to anyone who is maybe looking to add some sort of accessory to increase their gameplay experience. Maybe they're not wanting to go for like joysticks or anything, but I think the Tobii, no matter what, if you're on keyboard and mouse, if you already have a pair of joysticks, really makes a good accessory to increase that immersion and that tactical awareness in the game. But with that said, if you'd like to get your own Tobii Eye Tracker 5, you can do so right now with a special discount going from right now through December 1st for a Black Friday sale. You can get 20% off your order by using the link in the video description. That is an affiliate link, so I may earn a small commission on that, but it's a great way to support the channel at no extra cost to you. But through there, you can get your own Tobii Eye Tracker 5. And at the same time, Tobii's also running a sweepstakes competition right now for you to have the opportunity to win your own Tobii Eye Tracker 5. There's some further details on that at the second link I have in the video description, so you can take a look at that if you're interested. But those are a couple really good ways you can get your hands on the Tobii, and I really would recommend taking a look at it. But if you have any thoughts on the Tobii Eye Tracker 5, whether you're someone who's had it for a while, if you have any experiences you want to share on what you think of it, how you use it, feel free to share those down in the comments below. Or if you're someone that's looking to potentially purchase one, you can let us know your questions, and I'll make a concerted effort to keep an eye on these comments and respond to as many of the questions as I can to let you know anything you may be wondering about. So make sure to let me know any of your thoughts down in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this video. I thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like. And if you'd like to see some more Star Citizen content, then make sure to subscribe as well. But I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the verse.